Okay, I had to walk away for a moment, and unfortunately, I think I lost a few minutes of footage. But other than that, I think we're good to go. Uh, undock. Okay. Okay, let's see. So I believe the current plan is to explore this area down here, come back up, and hopefully find this location that we're looking for. So one, we're looking for Carillion. And two, we're looking for another location that I can't remember the name of. Hybris, I think. Looking for a filmmaker there. Let's see. Ooh, apparently we hadn't found Gabriel's archive. Let's see. Well, that's not exactly inviting. That's pretty. Okay. Every area in this game has been markedly spooky. Oh, except I think I know what area we're entering into. The sky closes cold jaws about you. Water freezes in the pipes. Engineers scurry to and fro with boiling kettles. It's getting cold. So I think this is... I don't really want to fight that cantankery. This isn't... Yeah, since we aren't too far from Magdalen's, this isn't too far from an area that had some scary as heck enemies. Like, really frightening looking enemies. That we might need better guns for if we're gonna actually fight them off. Stunted Grove. Mountainous rocks clad in jackets of frost rise about you. The passes are perilous. For some reason that sounded like something from Darkest Dungeon. Probably just the perilous part. I wonder if that's a game I should... So I've beat Darkest Dungeons. I've beat it once. I don't... Okay, spooky red lights. I haven't gotten all the achievements for the game. And I think I just beat it on normal. But, like, I beat all the DLCs too, so... Meh. You know what? Let's fight this guy. Mostly... because I might get a few shots off. Nice! Okay, we actually managed to do a good job fighting there. Board the defeated marauder. To the victor, the spoils. The crew of the marauder lie dead in the corridor, killed not by your guns, but by knives and small arms fire. The only survivor is the captain, locked in the brig with a bottle of brandy. Chalk eyes stare back from every wall. When he ran out of chalk, he began scraping them with his fingernails. Little remains of them, but bloodied stumps. Seen this before, Captain, says the crew member, grasping her arms. Sky madness. Magdalene's can treat it if you can be bothered to take the poor sod. Oh. You know, we know where Magdalene's is? Sure. Let's bring him on board. The crew wrap the Sky Maddened captain in blankets, then secure them tightly with belts. It takes 4 to transport him safely to your locomotive. He might not be happy restrained, but it should keep him from harm until you get him to Magdalen's. I know where it is. Worth his locomotive before abandoning the wilderness. We have a tale of terror. Okay. You approach the buckled wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers. Before you, someone is humming a song of victory. We don't need materials, so let's go for cargo. A solid crate, stamped and carefully sealed, that is heavy as a dead man's weight. Ooh, a barrel of unseasoned hours. It takes a wrench of your strongest stoker to lever off the lid. When at last the crate opens with a heavy thud, your crew gasp inside the lustrous saltine crystals of ground hours, mined and refined for commercial use. This is the final product of London's greatest and most precious enterprise. So we've yet, unfortunately, Magdalen's is behind us, but I think it'll be worth it to bring this down there. So we're getting a little bit off track from our main goal, but, you know, what's the fun in actually staying on track of a goal? Also, we double back and explore some more of the map. It might actually be possible. So it'd be safer to go buy New Winchester, but I think we're gonna take a slightly more perilous route, or we could try to take a slightly more perilous route going south. A grim foreboding. What will become of you? Ooh. His headlight glow like a ghost upon the thick, icy mists. What's also, I guess, important is that one of our crewmates we're actually trying to talk to, but we needed to find something before actually being able to talk to them. So Magdalen's is here. It's possible that there's a path down south. A not very safe path, but there might be one. May fortune favor the bold. Schwartz's Oath. Ooh, that thing looks nasty. Is it just a marauder? I wish there was a way to tell what exactly they were. Okay. Okay, I'm like narrowly avoiding the walls. That cantankery didn't seem very active, to be honest. Okay, yeah. That's the thing that terrifies me, though. We seem to be gaining quite a bit of terror. And I'm also slightly worried that we won't actually be able to get out of here without going down there. Yeah. Looks like we can either head north and out or head down south, trying to risk going by that thing. Oh, it makes frightening noises, and I don't think it's alone. Yeah, no. Okay, but it doesn't seem to be able to spot us very easily. I know I'm being quiet. It's because I'm actually like holding my breath, waiting for at any moment to be jump scared. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything. We could investigate the Renoke. Let's try a wreck. I know every single time that's backfired, but let's try it one more time. The wreck gleams with frost. Its windows are dark, its engines silent. Perhaps something of value lies within. Entered through the shattered windscreens. The steel of the chassis is mangled, but the bridge appears largely intact behind the broken windows. We could strip it for repairs. We don't need that. Or we can leave it untouched. Let's go for the Hearts Challenge. You don your sky suit. Your diver pulls your locomotive alongside the wreck, close enough for you to leap from one to the other. The floor of the bridge is carpeted with glass fragments. It shines like stars in your lamplight and tinkles like bells when your boots brush it. A sky chest nailed to the floor at the back of the bridge yields to your efforts. What could it be? A marked box. Fragile contents do not shake, upend, or discommode. Okay. What is a... After much careful maneuvering and whispered cursing, the box is open. A chorus of oohs and ahs runs through your crew as the panes of starlight-stained glass emerge. A careful hand has rendered the sights of the high wilderness into articulated swirls of colored glass. A pane of stained glass. I wonder what that's good for. Yeah. God, that thing is terrifying. So, like, is that just consistently something that spawns? I don't understand the point of that. Is it meant to punish you? Oh. The hour of the wolf. It is late and you are alone. Doubts prey on you. Is this the path you should have taken? You trespass upon the precincts of heaven. What price will be exacted of you? What price have you already paid? Endure the lean crawler. Drink and forget the secrets that gnaw. A taste for the bottle. A savage secret in airs of terror. Oh, success. Great. It was only a 44% chance. The hour passes. We gain 2 terror. Questions worry at you, chasing away sleep. Later, there's a knock at your door. One of your officers outside. Professor, we need you. Duty calls. The doubts must wait. What the heck? Oh, dang it. I'm so bad about just like bumping into stuff. I am wondering. No. They won't take it. We can buy a jumble of undistinguished souls. Don't know what that's good for. They're selling bronze wood. For pretty cheap. I feel like we needed bronze wood for something. I think for the Albert clock. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what it's for. It's super cheap here. Now the only issue is that they won't buy the stained glass window, which is unfortunate. and care who require extensive stays. Um, I'm wondering about this. So, the House of Small Comfort, Magdalene's, is the closest thing many Skyfarers have to a home. It offers services to alleviate the strain of a life spent too close to the stars. So there's the House of Small Comfort, the Keepsake Market, an illicit stall that has been set up near the port where the doctors and nurses of Magdalene sell off the property of the captains in their care who require extensive stays. I'm very curious. I think we've seen some of these other ones. We can recruit crew. We don't need any, though. We could purchase an otherworldly artifact or while away the time with other captains. Ooh, and it reduces a significant amount of terrors. I don't really think we need that, though. Because if I understand this, these are like levels of nightmares. They slightly changed it. So that's interesting. That costs 60. We don't have nightmares. Let's go into the house. The glass spires of Magdalene's pierce the clouds like swords. Shadowed figures can be seen moving through the gleaming corridors, their identities obscured by the hued glass. Crowds of skyfarers, ministry officials, and merchants mill about the forecourt in varying degrees of distress. All watch the clock set to the great clock tower, waiting for their appointed hour. Let's deliver the Sky Maddened Captain. You rescued him from a defeated marauder. Here, he can get help. The nurses bring the stretcher to carry the Sky Maddened Captain from your train. He'll receive the care of Magdalene's finest, at least Magdalene's finest with a sense of charity, given that he has nothing on him to pay for their ministrations. So we escorted him, we gained vision, our terror has fallen, and we gained experience. Ah, the true currency. Let's write a port report. And we'll no doubt be interested in knowing how things are here and who has been seen here. Magdalene's is abuzz with activity. Barely as the clock chimed, then a clamor goes up at the front desk, guests rushing to and from appointments. Lord Blank was seen in conversation with the amenable host. The East Wing was closed for general access all day. A certain distinguishable honorable has seen with his second in command entering one of the chambers of regret. Several guests succumbed to an excess of sentimentality and were forcibly removed. Talk to patients. We could speak to the amenable host. Do we have business with him? I'm curious about this. Especially delivery from Lynn. You must be at least... What? He stares at your crew as they disembark your engine. He turns away when none emerge holding anything. He is clearly agitated. Missing in delivery. Sorry, the man apologizes. I didn't mean to stare. It's just we've been waiting for delivery from London. Really important supplies. I don't suppose you might be heading anywhere near the relay to Albion, would you? If you could check if anything's happened to it, we'd really appreciate it. Albion Transit Relay lies west-southwest near Port Prosper. Ooh, interesting. So we should go to the relay, which we need to take the Bronzewood to. Okay. The attendant escorts you through the dazzling violet corridors. The host's red door is always open. The attendant leaves you just as the clock begins to chime. The amenable host reclines on a couch of crushed velvet, a goblet of sparkling wine in his long fingers. Somewhere in the tower above him, a great clock ticks away. As a policy, the host's atrium is always open to guests. He is available to hear opinions, friendly criticism, and suggestions. Today he has a headache. Oh, interesting. I think he has another job for us. I admired your discretion earlier, he sighs. You have seen the dangers of our work upon those who abuse our service. Yet we are not immune to it ourselves. He draws your attention to several paintings on the walls. My regulars have, at various points, requested that I be a prospector at Lustrum, heir to a fine house in Port Prosper, and a titan of industry on New Winchester. Very specific requests and more. I have vivid memories of being all three, yet all cannot be true, surely. He presses a locket into your hand. This bears my image. See if anyone remembers me. I can't remember who I was before this. If I could be other than I am, I'd like to know. Interesting. So we can begin this in Port Prosper. So we have a lot of reasons to go to Port Prosper. Lustrum we actually haven't found yet. Interesting. Okay. Let's go back to the House of Small Comforts. We can treat our terror for guilt. You are not sinless. Request treatment for personal failing. Or if we had a savage secret. Let's go for this one, because these are actually pretty easy to get our hands on. The attendant nods solemnly. Congratulations, you are the last entry in the journal. He makes a note in a large red leather-bound book. Today's journal, at any rate. You're being treated for guilt. The guilt you harbor. The attendant holds up a candle before 4 doors of mirrored glass. 4 of our staff are available today. Each is their own specialty. Their names are not yours to know, only their craft. He smiles suddenly, his teeth gleaming like links on a chain. You know yourself best. Who can tend your wounded heart? Whoever you need, you can find behind one of these doors. Someone from our past, a very boring individual indeed. Someone who once meant a great deal, a former crewmate. If this is sinless, let's go with a former crewman. Crewman, not crewmate. Terror fades. He is waiting in the shadows of a room laid out like a mess hall of your locomotive. His fingers tremble on the railing. The rancor in his eyes is exactly as you remember. What did you say that day? What did you do? There is no hiding from that gaze. No illusion survives contact with the weight of that loathing. He does not speak once. Onwards. Okay. I think we're doing pretty alright. So interesting enough, I think I'd like all 3 of those, and if that's the case, I'm gonna sell off a fuel. Nope. Sell off. Yeah, I'm gonna sell off a fuel. So that way we can go to the bazaar and buy all 3 of these. Okay, that brings us super low, but we're doing this because we know we're going to go to Port Prosper and we know we can make money off of this in Port Prosper. I think, though, this might be a little bit of a shorter episode, but I think that'll be the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and with that sound of gunfire going off in the background, I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.